If you want fresh ginger at your fingertips forever, then the easiest way is to grow it in pots. And not just throw some store-bought ginger into a pot and hope for the best. It's the location, the pot shape, and the soil quality all combined. I've grown ginger for years, and the truth is, even though it seems easy to grow in the tropics, it can still have issues with root rot and lack of growth if you don't know what you're doing. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 7 most important ways that you can level up your ginger growing in pots. And if you do this, you will harvest big, juicy, delicious ginger way more often. By the way, my name's Omi. I've been gardening in Cairns, Far North Queensland for 15 years, and I specialise in tropical plants and tropical food growing. The first major point in having fresh ginger forever is the location. Ginger needs morning sun and afternoon shade to fully thrive. So position your ginger against a fence or a wall to protect it. The second major point to get right when growing ginger in pots is the pot. The number one reason you don't harvest enough ginger is that your pot is too small. If you think about it, how can you grow lots of ginger in a small pot? Me personally, I prefer ceramic pots, and I pick them up cheaply at garage sales and on Facebook Marketplace. The third major point when harvesting an abundance of ginger is the soil. Premium potting mix is the way to go. My fourth tip when growing ginger in pots is sourcing your rhizome. There is a chance that someone you know is already growing ginger, and they will give you some. Your local garden groups such as the Cairns Permaculture Club, your local community gardens, and the crop swap groups on Facebook will be happy to sell or trade ginger. Or even check on Facebook Marketplace, you might be lucky there. Finally, the Healthy Hub and Tablelands to Tabletop both sell ginger, and you can always grow those. I wouldn't start with a supermarket ginger unless that's your absolute last resort. Please comment below where you've sourced your ginger from so others can learn too. Now for my example here, this is of course my ginger that I grow in the garden. So it's alive and ready to grow. You can see here the fresh shoot coming up. So this is the right way up. And as an example, this is the node you'll be looking for if you're planting ginger without the greenery already attached. This little rhizome here, they all want to face upwards as you plant them in the soil. All your prep work is done. Your ginger is in its ideal position, in its ideal pot, and in its ideal soil. Now it's time to keep the water up. Ginger doesn't like to dry out, so have some way to remember to water it regularly. Mine is in my veggie patch, which I water twice a week anyway. My sixth major point is how to fertilize your ginger. Ginger does enjoy having ample nutrients. However, because it's a root crop, I find using a slow release fertilizer works much better, especially if it improves the quality of the soil, such as compost or aged manure. If you've done all the previous steps, then in 6 months you can get to the fun part, harvesting. My preferred harvest method is the bandicoot method, where I dig down by the biggest stem and take the green ginger. Green ginger is milder and has a softer skin than mature ginger, but it still has all the flavor and health benefits. Ginger has a whole host of health benefits. It supports digestion and soothes nausea. It can reduce the symptoms of osteoarthritis. It helps muscle recovery after a workout. It helps the body process glucose and can lower long-term blood sugar levels. Basically, it's a medicinal powerhouse. I use slices of ginger in a nice pot of green tea for an immunity boost. I also use grated ginger as the base of different delicious stir fries. I've put some recipe cards in the description that you can download. That's all I've got for this video. As a recap, I showed 7 practical tips that you can use to get great harvest results growing ginger in pots. I am sure if you put some of these into practice, you will grow ginger in pots so much faster because your pot selection and soil quality will be so much better. As always, I'm grateful to be sharing the unique tropical tips that you don't find on other gardening channels. If you live in the tropics, especially far north Queensland, and growing plants is a priority for you this year, then subscribe. There is so much more to show you.